Alright folks, in the last video you saw that I was moving stuff around from case to case, getting my auxiliary computer builds kind of all fit and finished to go, because a lot of stuff's going to be changed around at the moment. And one of those is the Lan Party computer. I need to prep that for this summer because plans have changed. Now, as I explained in the last video about my transfer PC, I moved that ASUS motherboard out of there into the transfer PC because it had a Pentium dual core in it. And I was originally going to upgrade that to an i5 when it was in this build, but I decided against that. So I'm just going to use parts that I have to make a pretty good LAN party rig. So here we have it. Here is a Gigabyte G41M ES2L motherboard. One of the most rock-solid, stable motherboards I've ever owned. These boards are absolute workhorses. The G41 chipset is fantastic. So, yeah, it's a basic micro ATX motherboard. It's nothing special. It has kind of the PC98 layout on the back. Got an aftermarket mass cool heatsink on it. I'm sure you guys have seen me talk about those for years now, and how nice they are compared to the stock Intel ones that break. So this is an old motherboard. It's from 2010, I think, and it I put a Core 2 Quad Q6600 into the CPU socket. It's a socket 775 board. I have 4 gigs of ADATA RAM to put in there, so I'll use that stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna stick the motherboard in here, and then we'll go a little bit further into detail. All right, I got the board in there, and I got the RAM installed. I also plugged in the front audio stuff. Just an overview for you guys that don't know about my LAN party rig. I used this Acer case that I got from Grateful 42 in order to I used this Acer case I got from Grateful 42 to house the computer build, mainly because it has 4 USB ports in the top, which is pretty sweet, if I do say so myself. As you can see, it originally had an AMD board in it, but the board that was in this Acer machine is completely dead. Was completely dead when I got it, so I decided to just use the case because I actually really like this case. The computer in it wasn't great, but the case was, so good stuff. It's a micro ATX case, so it's a perfect size for this Gigabyte motherboard. This has an Ultra LSP 550 watt power supply in it. This is the old Ultra power supply, back before they switched manufacturers and the quality went down the tubes. Now these aren't so good, but they used to be really good. Like this one. This is from the era when they were actually pretty good. Cheap power supply. It gets the job done. Handles the load that I put onto it just fine. I don't even push it that hard. I have an ASUS DVD burner in it. It's a SATA, just because it's SATA. What else do I have in here? I have a 500 gigabyte Western Digital Caviar Blue in here. That's enough space for the games I play, and it's fast enough that it doesn't bother me too much. For case fans, there is a fan I kind of wedged back in there, but I don't have a plug for it, so I need to get an adapter at some point so I can get better airflow. But this Sunon fan in the front that I stole from some Dell or something puts out so much air anyway because it's on full blast all the time that it's not going to matter too much. Even though I have a quad core, good thing it's there too, because there's a quad core processor right next to it. So, yeah. Here is the graphics card that I'm going to be using. This is a Galaxy Tech Nvidia GT640. This card I got on eBay a couple years ago for like 60 bucks. It's a really good card for the money. These were normally $90 when I got it for 60, so had some really good specs going on there. Has a gig of video RAM on it. It's a really good card. I've used this for playing games in the past, and it's really good for what it is. And it's not that old of a card either, so it should be fantastic for a LAN party rig where you really don't need your graphics to be spectacular. You just need your games to run smoothly so you can kind of see what you're doing and, you know, win. The whole point's to win, not look pretty. So, there you go. So I'll stick that in here, and there you go. And there you go, there's the graphics card installed. Now, I like these budget graphics cards because they're perfect for LAN party rigs like this. They're also perfect for just little micro ATX builds like this because they don't get in the way. There would be no room for a longer graphics card with this hard drive and everything in the way, so this is just absolutely perfect the way it is. Hopefully the Q6600 is up to the job. Even though graphics cards really take more of the power than the CPU does these days, hopefully everything here is up to the job. I think it will be. But, you know, we'll see. Now I just need to button this thing back up and install Windows on it. So, here's a look at the actual thing. Whole case there. There's actually a Vista COA on the side of that, which I actually did use for a while, but probably not going to be using that on this particular machine just because why should I waste my time with Vista? There's just no reason to do that. So I'm going to go hook this up and install Windows 7 on it and get this thing up and running. One thing I forgot to do is plug in the front panel, so that's why I'm making another video. But I thought I'd mention, on this Acer case, which is kind of nice, everything was bundled together for that other motherboard. And it looks like it wouldn't fit on the pins that I have here. But it turns out, if I just face it the right way, it just kind of works. Let me get in there. If I connect this up, the power, the LEDs and the power button will work, considering that's really all it uses. I love how easy that is on this case. I love this Acer case so much. It's the perfect LAN party case, because everything is convenient. Alright, this computer's all set up. It's got Windows installed and everything. So, let's take a look at, just go over the specs one more time again. So we have a Q6600, 2.4 gigahertz Core 2 quad, 4 gigs of DDR2 800, and Windows 7 Home Premium. I think that should do pretty well. And of course, an Nvidia GT640. Here's the Windows Experience Index. Gets pretty good ratings actually, 7.1, 7.1, 7.1, 7.1. Wow. Slowest thing in here is the hard drive. So, pretty sweet. This is my new LAN party rig. Just thought I'd update you guys on that. This thing should perform pretty well, especially with that GT640 in it. So, right now I have it downloading games, so there you have it. Alright folks, that's all caught up on my LAN PC, my LAN party PC. And there you have it, guys. Have a good one, everybody. Ciao.